about time. It's about time. All right, so car's in the air. I loosened these earlier. I might actually need to grab my, we'll see. We'll see if I need the wrench, because this one was just a little more than finger tight after I loosened it. Should be okay though. Hopefully these come off without too much of a fuss. And we can do the brakes pretty easily. Only time will tell. Looks like my rotors were already like a little past due. It's probably a good thing we're doing those. Here we have it. Crazy bolts. That bushing is done for. It's been a while since I've been in here. It's probably a good idea to like look around and make sure things look the way they should. What sizes do I have? 18. Probably should have spray some PB blaster in here first. Put this on the need a little persuasion. Leave these here for now. So after some PB plaster in the hub here and a little persuasion from a rubber mallet, it slides right off of there. Seen some better days, but that's why they're getting replaced. Well, part of the reason they're getting replaced. Might clean this up a little bit before we stick the other one on there so that it doesn't stick too much. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's pretty rusted. So we'll hit it with a wire brush and call it a day. Alright, we're back on my workbench freezer and open up these brake rotors. Actually, I haven't opened these yet. I figured they probably look like brake rotors. Look at that. They look like brake rotors. I'm sure you've seen plenty of people do this before. I'll tell you, always wash off the oil and stuff that's on the surface of the brake rotor. Put oil on there so it won't rust. So that's one side. You always want to do the other side too. This is regular brake cleaner from AutoZone. AutoZone brake cleaner. Alright, and that's the other side. So, you can see that they have quite the buildup on them. That oil. So we'll go slap these on. I wonder if the dust shield's gonna get in the way. Yes. Yes, it will. Alright, so I left the dust shield on here. I just kind of pushed it back to get it out of the way. As you can see, well, you may not be able to tell, but it's moving without making any contact. I want to make sure I spun it and made sure that there wasn't going to be any contact. So, the next step, let's test this. I'm just kind of test fitting this stuff right now. And we'll get everything on in a bit. Might need to loosen these. That way I'm not trying to squeeze them in. There we go. So it seems we'll need to trim this top part of the dust shield and the bottom part. So I have to take a little bit off of each side of the dust shield to get the clearance of the brake caliper. So take these off. And we'll figure that out. I can't tell exactly how much, but as you can see here, the dust shield comes pretty close to this bolt hole, and the caliper has quite a big gap on either side. Or not gap, but you know what I'm saying. So I'll probably have to go back to maybe an inch or so. We'll see. I'll hold it up and figure out how much we need to take off, and then we'll go from there. So sweet. All right, so got our grinder here, our brake cover here, our brake dust shield. I'm gonna go straight up from, I don't know if you can see this really well. One sec. Go straight up from here. It's kind of dark actually. There's a right where this ridge is. We're gonna go straight up from here. and kind of clearance that. And then down here, there's this little dent here. We're gonna go up to there, and we'll go from there and see if we'll see if that's enough. I got my safety goggles on, as you can see, and I guess let's get cutting. Alright, first cut's done. I don't actually, oh, here it is. Took that much off of it. Alright. Now, grab the caliper and see if, should be, I mean, that should be enough, but we will double check. Before I go any further, I'm actually going to test fit my wheel on here. And just make sure that the wheel is going to fit. It'd suck if it didn't. It should, but I just want to make sure. Obviously, not everything is tight here, but let's go through all of this stuff. All right, we'll throw these on and tighten stuff down officially. Oh, I got new bolts. I didn't know if they'd be different or what kind of shape these would be in. They're the same bolts between the NA brakes and the twin turbo brakes. Same bolt that bolts the caliper to the hub. But I didn't know what kind of conditions these would be in. They're in pretty good condition, actually, so kind of a small thing, but might as well throw them in there while we're in there if we have them. So didn't need to do them, but might as well. I wasn't sure, honestly, if they'd be different or not. We'll say they thread nicer, so at least the threading or the threads are cleaner. New bolts and new brakes. The threads on both should be clean. So they thread a lot nicer than the old ones did. Sweet. Those are on. Wow. It's exciting. So I didn't record it, but I just got done bleeding my brakes. It's a pretty straightforward process. You just need, at least for these calipers, you just need a 10 mil to crack the bleeder valve. And then I just used the one-man bleeding system. Essentially what you do is you hook up your line to your bleeder valve, create a vacuum, pop it open, let the air bubbles out, and it catches it into this can here. I don't know if you can see this clear container, and you can re-add it to your system or do whatever you want to do. If you feel like your brake fluid's too dirty, then you can dispose of it, just add new fluid. But yeah, so just finished that up and looking forward to being able to drop this down and test them out, see how they feel. I'm excited. Hello. So, as you saw, we finished up the brakes. It's been a couple days since I last shot when I was bleeding the brakes. So, I was very careful and made sure that they were bled completely correctly. And it's been a couple days since then. I took it for a drive just to make sure everything was working properly. So, I was due for a brake pad replacement anyways, but there they are. I love the way they look and I love the way they feel. So I am stoked. I'm not sure what's next. Probably the transmission. I don't think there's anything going to sneak up between now and then, but I hope to see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.